entertainment purposes only, if you looked into Antarctica, I've brought this up before, but Antarctica is a continent that is rarely ever talked about. We weren't really taught about much about it in school. The most I've ever really learned about it, me personally, was from like Discovery Channel and History Channel, but like that was because I purposefully looked for the information. Um, did you know that there is a peace treaty essentially in Antarctica? Matter of fact, it was like the very first one ever created, and following that peace treaty was also in space. And I believe that's the two locations that have it. Um, and that happened around like 1960s, I believe, and which is interesting because there's been so many crisscrosses here with conspiracies, but also followed up with actual documented proof in the CIA documents. And I'm finding it to be rather interesting. So I don't know if you've ever looked into it, but first off, when you go to Google Earth, like it's crappy. Like you can go look at Antarctica and there's like nothing there at all, which is weird because I've heard rumors saying like, oh well, we just haven't flown over it and marked it with satellites. Okay, that's BS because NASA has claimed that they've done satellite like imaging of the actual landmass of it, and in doing so, they've claimed that they've had found thermal vents within the ice sheets. So like yes, the top layer is ice, but beneath that apparently there's like a gap or a layer where they're finding like actual landmass down there. And it also has like some thermal venting, which means it crisscrosses paths with like Colonel E. Bird's story, where he had said he was flying over parts of Antarctica when all of a sudden he noticed like greenery and luscious, beautiful areas, where he's like, this shouldn't be a thing. Well, to us, again, we weren't taught much about it, but Antarctica is like a frozen sheet of ice. However, if there is a volcano layer beneath that, there makes sense that there's probably warm areas in there that are like geologically preserved, especially because like not a lot of people have gone to Antarctica, and even to this very day, when you go to Antarctica, like you have to have specific permits, you can go to specific areas, but you're not like allowed to just go venture off, and no one really lives there. There's scientific areas that you can go to. Even though a lot of different countries actually own a sliver of it, there's still portions of Antarctica that are like untouched, which is strange. So I'm just curious, have you guys done your research on this? Because as I'm digging, I'm finding so many things that are crossing paths with conspiracies that are hard evidence. Like NASA's research, while they were looking through the ice sheets, they said they found like a crater that was larger than the one in Mexico that apparently killed off the dinosaurs. And they said that it's so large that it creates a gravitational anomaly, which again crisscrosses paths. More research needs to be done, but it crosses paths with like Colonel E. Bird's story, where he said like there was a point in time where his like compasses and stuff did not work, his radio quit working. Like what in the world is going on here? Also, this really got sparked from me today when I watched a video. I'll try to find it, but Nick Pope had recently said that we're going to have some discoveries coming up where we're going to have to talk about renegotiating the Russian and United States treaty down there. So like there's some sort of like treaty ban where we're not allowed to bring weapons or test weapons in Antarctica, and Nick Pope was talking about it. So like 2026 is right around the corner, and 2026 has been all over the place. Chris Bledsoe's talked about it. Um, Robert, something, I can't, I'm blanking on his name. He talked about it. Lots of people. 2026, 2027 are the years and the dates where the government has spoken. So it's interesting. What do you guys think?